Hello, my name is Warren. I have an opinion, a camera, and access to YouTube. I watched the Evil Dead reboot last night at a early midnight premiere, much like probably a lot of people did. And the funny thing about this was I didn't even know there was going to be an Evil Dead reboot, let alone that it was out already. I didn't pay very much attention to a lot of things, especially reboots these days. There's been a lot of reboots that have happened over the last, 5 to 10 years, and I'm just over it in this case, just because I feel, are we out of creative ideas that we have to reboot old franchises now and basically taint their namesake? Not saying that their sequels in the original series didn't already do that, but the damage has already been done. Why don't we just keep the namesake where it was? So last night I thought this was a special screening of the original Evil Dead. I was like, yeah, groovy, let's go. But it turns out no, it's a reboot, and honestly, I think it lives up to being the namesake of Evil Dead. I think it's legit. I think it's worth checking out. If you like blood or gore or horror movies in general, this movie is for you. The cool thing about this movie is it doesn't feature any of the original names or the original cast. This is almost like a reboot, just with the name and the idea of the Evil Dead. And the only thing that really connects overall is the cabin that it takes place in. It's the exact same cabin. And so to tell a new story with the existing framework, I think is a great move on this part. This movie, despite a few missteps in the beginning, in my opinion, it works as a whole. 100% worth checking out and entertaining. If you're not squeamish, and if you like being scared, and if you like just supernatural horror, this is where to go. The missteps in the beginning to me were these two characters, the brother and sister character. I always felt the sister character overacted too much and the brother character underacted too much. It was always just, I just never felt like it was working out. I hate when movies take me out of the experience and remind me I'm watching a movie because people are performing and their performances never really meshed well together. The sister would always just overact when something happens, just, throw her arms around and scream and yell, and then the brother would be like, no, wait, oh no, what am I gonna do? And it just, to me, it was just kind of, I don't know, that, it was, I mean, outside of that, though, once things started moving and once things started happening, they threw caution to the wind, and they stepped out of their, those overacting, underacting boundaries, and they kind of hit their stride. But I was kind of nervous at first when it started. I was like, oh no, please don't let this be reoccurring. But luckily it wasn't. The movie has a really great payoff throughout the entire movie. It only slows down just enough to make you feel a little comfortable, and then it kicks you right back into the uncomfortable zone. I was scared, I was jumping, I was uncomfortable, I was squeamish, but I'm hardened to that, so I was it was what it wanted me to be, and I was exactly what it was supposed to be. There's enough nods to the original in the movie to make you feel like it's a good, respectable, it's just a respectable remake. I'm sorry, reboot. It's not a remake, it's a reboot. In the name only, the idea only, and it respected its source material, and I think that alone is perfect. This is how reboots should be done, is how I see it. So, Evil Dead, see it. If you like Evil Dead, check it out. Stick around after the credits if you like the original trilogy as well. That's all I want to really say about that, because I thought it was awesome, and I don't want to spoil it for a lot of people. I don't want to spoil the whole movie either, just because it's a great movie that you just kind of want to see from start to finish, and seeing it without having seen any previews, without knowing about any of the cast, who directed it, who produced it, but it turned out, you see right in the, you find out at the credits there, Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell had production credits in the movie, which I thought was great, which means, they knew what was going on, and they were able to make the movie what it was, and it's bloody, it's gory, it's messy, it's scary, and it's a lot of fun. So absolutely check out the Evil Dead movie. It is great. It's great.